So, okay. So you grew up in Merced.
Yeah.
We have so I was watching you talk about your family situation, and I feel like we have very similar human beings around us as we were growing up.
Yeah. Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Phoenix.
Oh, God. You're just
I grew
like
up in
me, bro.
a terrible area of Arizona. I grew up in an area called Sunny Slope, which was like Hell's Angels ran. It was fucking...
Kind of like the Central Valley.
It was like Mexicans and Hell's Angels ran my area, and all my fucking family members were fucking fiend out. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my mom. She wasn't. But my dad had his little issues with crack for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? My uncles were all tweakers. All my cousins are in and out of prison. And it was funny because I related to your story about, for people who don't know, your mom ended up with a person who went to prison and came out as like a white supremacist. He survived in prison.
Oh no,
as a
he
white
was
supremacist.
there. He was already.
He was
that.
full fledged. Oh, he was already that. Okay.
Oh yeah. When I met him, I was like, "Mom, this is the guy you're dating?
Right.
He's gonna get a shot."
Well, it's crazy because I have a cousin named Aaron. God rest his soul. He passed away in prison maybe like 7 years ago. But him and my cousin Sheldon. Sheldon is still alive in prison right now, but he's Mexican mafia. So in Arizona, it's like Mexican mafia, right? And then Aryan Nation in prison.
Yeah.
But these two guys are the same age, so they grew up causing hell together in Phoenix, and then they ended up both in the system. But they ended up both in the system on opposite sides, right? So nobody ever knew they were related. So my cousin Aaron gets out of prison, because my cousin Sheldon looks like a fucking cholo. Like his whole entire body's tattooed.
Yeah.
He's fucking, you would never know he's half white, ever. My cousin Aaron, he was running the white side in prison, and he got out of prison for like a cup of coffee, and I took him to a Busta Rhymes concert, and because he loved hip hop, but he couldn't love hip hop in prison.
Yeah, 100%.
So we go to this fucking Busta Rhymes concert, and he's just having the time of his fucking life, like knows all the lyrics, and I'm like, what? And I had to like, when we went, he had to wear his whole. I was like, bro,
oh, come on, you got to put that shit on, yeah.
You got to cover that shit up.
Yeah.
Because he had all the tattoos and shit. Yeah. But I related to that because you had said that your stepdad was not necessarily racist.
Only racist. He explained it to me because my best friend was black.
Yeah.
And his dad was the big. You ever watch UFC?
Yeah.
Remember Marvin Beastman Eastman, the little short dude?
Yeah.
His older brother is my best friend's dad, and he's 6'4", built like The Rock. And there's my stepdad, built like Edward Norton in American History X. I mean, he was a monster. But he explained it to me because I remember I brought him over one day, and in my head I thought, "Are you like?"
Is this going to be okay?
I never got that vibe from him, but I remember thinking about it. Then he told me when he left. He goes, "I don't know if you know, like I love him. That's like my kid. That's your best friend. I got to act like that in jail." So I can come back home. He didn't explain everything to me until I was about 13. My mom and him got divorced, and then we went on like a tweaker camping trip, which was just laying in the field next to the trailers, and like he dug a hole in the side of the mountain so we could sit like in a couch. And he's like, "This is what I used to do when I didn't have a house and all this crazy shit." He taught me how to throw knives that weekend, and it's just weird, man. It's weird because I always think, because I just brought him up, I haven't seen him in 12 years. Yeah. And then I just saw him on a arrest report. And wow. Like he looks like those monster tweakers in jail.
Oh, yeah.
With no teeth.
Yeah.
Strung out. And it's like,
I got a few of them in my family.
Yeah. That was kind of like my dad for 8 years plus, right? Because my dad was on drugs and never cared. So, like, here's my stepdad. Everybody's like, he's a bad guy. I'm like, in certain places he is.
Yeah.
He's fully covered except stops here, and stops here.
How egregious are the tattoos, though? Are they lightning bolts or are they swastikas?
Bolts, swastikas.
Oh, he's got the whole fucking
Vikings all over his head. White is right was hella big on his body. And I always ask him, like, what is that? The first time I asked him, like, what is that? And then he explained, like, what racism is in prison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was like, he had to give you that like breakdown of like,
I'm brown.
I had to survive.
My sister's brown as shit.
Right. Well, in Cali, I think the Mexicans and the whites are kind of
He spoke
allies,
fluent
right?
Spanish and shit. He told me a lot about it. I mean, I can't obviously talk about what he talked to me about, but he's down with them.
Yeah.
He's down. He spoke fluent Spanish. Taught me some shit, which is the funniest thing I've ever said to people. I told that to Dr. Drew, and that's when I realized, like, wait, that is stupid. So white supremacist taught me Spanish?
Because you don't speak Spanish fluently, right? Yeah.
My whole family sucks. They never taught me shit.
That's funny.
But they make fun of me for not speaking it, but they never taught me. So it's kind of
Like, you didn't fucking teach me, bro. Come on. It's not my fault.
So my mom's half Jew. My grandma's Jewish. And my grandpa was from Texas and Mexican.
Right.
So like half my family is white Jewish people. Other half of my family's Mexican as hell. And I don't speak Spanish, so they're really like, white boy. I'm like,
you check some boxes for sure.
And I was this color till I was like 12. And then I don't know what happened. One summer at football, I just turned brown.
You just filled out.
Yeah. It was a trip, dude.